You know how movies used to go. Comes out Friday, and then eventually it would be like, all right, you know what? Let's open it. Let's do a midnight showing, and then the movie actually debuts because midnight still that's Friday. That Thursday goes into Friday when it's midnight. So let's release the movie at midnight. Only one time in my life have I ever seen a midnight showing. For the movie premiering. And that was Howard Stern's Private Parts back in 1997. Everybody knows I'm a huge Howard Stern fan. And I was 16 years old. Me and 2 or 3 of my friends, we went to the midnight showing, Howard Stern Private Parts. Great movie. I mean, the girl, when she's sitting on the speaker, what a scene. Everybody knows that scene. So that's the only time I've ever seen a midnight showing. But that's what I used to do, right? So it'd be like, let's pump up the ticket sales a little bit. Let's do a special midnight screening where the movie will debut technically the night before, but it's technically still Friday. Then, you know what? Let's just start opening the movie on Thursday. Let's do like an 8 p.m. showing. And now the movies come out Thursday afternoon. So the first showing today, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Me and my son, my 11-year-old, we're going to see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever this afternoon. I can't wait. The early reviews are great. I think it's already at 86% certified fresh, Rotten Tomatoes. That's how you see if a movie's good or not. 86% certified fresh, Rotten Tomatoes media score. And not that you didn't know that Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Black Panther is a top 5 Marvel movie. And Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, I hear it looks amazing. It looks amazing. I don't read reviews, and I try not to watch trailers. But what I've seen looks amazing, and I've heard it just, it does Chadwick Boseman right, who, of course, passed away. And I'm so curious. Apparently, the tone of the movie is different from most Marvel movies. Not necessarily all the comedy, I guess. But the tone of the movie pays real tribute to Chadwick Boseman. And I want to know, I don't know who's the next Black Panther? Who takes over? I guess it could be Shuri. It's going to be the sister. We've seen, I guess, her in the suit. But is there more than one Black Panther? I'm kind of curious. Is there any scenario where Killmonger is alive? Is that possible? I think he died at the end of the first one. Could Killmonger be alive? That'd be amazing. How are they going to kill off Chadwick Boseman? So and Namor gets introduced. He's the bad guy. I'm so into this movie. I can't wait. I'm very excited for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. So I'm seeing it this afternoon, and yeah, we'll give a full-on review tomorrow. I don't know if we'll do big movie, not a big movie, but we'll do a full-on review tomorrow. So Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That's a big movie. I can tell you right now. I'm very excited for that. The Panthers last night. Panthers win 3-0. Now that I enjoyed. That was an enjoyable game. So how about this? Matthew Tkachuk is done serving his 2-game suspension, and the Panthers won both those games. So now we're not doing hashtag better without Tkachuk. That's not what I'm doing at all. No. I love him. He is awesome. But what it means is maybe this kickstarts the team. Maybe this gives them a little bit of a jolt. They win back-to-back games, and now you got Tkachuk back in the lineup. Next up for the Panthers is Saturday against Edmonton. Last night you had Sasha Barkov score his 3rd goal of the season. Beautiful goal, which made it 2-0 for Hagee. Had the first goal of the night, and then Sam Bennett added an empty netter. So Barkov, you're looking for him to get going as well. The Panther defense was good last night. Spencer Knight was awesome. He gets the 40-save shutout. That's a good Carolina team. I hate the Panthers. I hate the Panthers. Strike that from the record. I love the Panthers so much. I hate the Hurricanes. I hate that Vincent Trocheck. Shout out to several people on Twitter yesterday who told me that Trocheck does not play for the Hurricanes anymore. I think he signed with the Rangers in the offseason. Doesn't matter. I still don't like him, and I hate the Carolina Hurricanes even more. So shout out to those who corrected me. Trocheck is not with them anymore. Doesn't matter. Still hate their guts. Panthers win yesterday 3-0, so they are now 8-5-1. And next up is Saturday afternoon. I think both teams, the Heat and Panthers are both Saturday afternoon games. That's kind of weird. Anyway, Panthers have Edmonton on Saturday afternoon. So there you have it. You get a win last night for your favorite little hockey team. The Heat tonight. The Heat have Charlotte. When does the fun start? Now, is Tyler Hero going to be back? I would assume Hero's good to go. The Hornets are going to be very shorthanded. No LaMelo Ball, no Gordon Hayward. Cody Martin, the twin brother of Caleb, he is out tonight as well. So a very shorthanded Hornets team. The Heat are also playing them on Saturday. So back-to-back home, 2 straight home games. The Hornets, they're making their lone trip to South Florida. So if you're a young guy out there listening to ZASLOW Show 2.0 right now and you're just like, oh, I love the Hornets so much. I can't wait to see them. Well, they're only here once this year. They're here for 2 games, but only 1 trip this year. So you gotta make your dad say, Dad, I want to go see the Hornets. I love the Hornets, all right? But no LaMelo Ball tonight. No LaMelo Ball. The Heat looking to get back on track tonight. 4-7. They're kind of miserable. Looking for the fun to start. Waiting for it. Waiting for the fun. And I see the Jae Crowder stuff continues to, kind of get ratcheted up there. I don't want to talk about Jae Crowder like he's some kind of savior. Like, the Heat aren't losing these games because they don't have PJ Tucker anymore. If you think if they had PJ Tucker, that everything would be fine. Go talk to Philadelphia. Philadelphia sucks right now also. Like, PJ Tucker, Jae Crowder, not some kind of savior. Would Jae Crowder help? I suppose. But that's like Jae Crowder. Come on, man. Come on. So I don't think anything's going to wind up getting done there unless he gets cut. He could totally get cut. That's such a weird situation there, too, in Phoenix because Jae Crowder, he's completely held out. He's not with the team. He wasn't going to be a starter anymore. He's mad. Cam Johnson now got hurt. So it's like, all right, you got Jae Crowder. Why don't you bring him back and, start him? So that's a really weird situation, what's going on there. But Jae Crowder isn't some savior, all right? Everybody's got to settle down. As far as other NBA stuff. So yesterday, Jacques Vaughn was officially named head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And the Nets won last night. They won like 3 in a row, 2 or 3. They played well, I think. I think they've won 3 of their last 4 games. I think the 4 games that Kyrie Irving has been suspended for because he's an anti-Semite, I think they've won 3 of them. And they look like a competent team. I saw some of the game last night. They kicked the shit out of the Knicks. And Kevin Durant was awesome. Kevin Durant should have the ball as much as possible. And when Kyrie Irving's not there, guess what? Kevin Durant has the ball as much as possible. Put some shooters around him, put some good role players around him. I would trade Kyrie Irving, but nobody's going to trade for him. So I don't know what you do if you're Brooklyn. But, and I'm not talking about, look, for me, I think you should kick him out of the league. But if I'm the Nets, you want to get rid of Kyrie Irving. I don't know how you do that and get anything for him. They're not going to get anything for him. They're better without Kyrie Irving, which should not be a surprise to anyone. Kyrie Irving is the most toxic player in sports. And this is not based on him throwing out the anti-Semitic rhetoric. The Cleveland Cavaliers were still a championship contender when Kyrie Irving left. Kyrie Irving left, they still went to the finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving left Boston, they went to the NBA Finals. And now Kyrie Irving is gone from Brooklyn, and they look like a competent basketball team. If the Nets were to get rid of him, or if the Nets were to tell him, still stay away, the Nets would be better off. They'd be better off, and Kyrie Irving's history tells you they'd be better off. It's the most toxic player in sports. And the Nets look like a competent team now. But Jacques Vaughn was named head coach yesterday. It's really hard to believe that the commissioner did not step in with the Udoka stuff and said, hey, I'm not going to allow you to hire him. You can't do that. You can't do that. Certainly not with the Kyrie Irving situation going on right now. Joe Tsai, the owner, sends out a tweet, it's bigger than basketball, and now you're gonna bring in Udoka? No, not allowing it. Can't do it. Hard to believe. Because Wojnarowski, Shams Charania, they both reported they're working on the deal. This is happening. He's going to be named coach possibly middle of the week. Well, that was a week ago. And then all of a sudden, Jacques Vaughn's the coach. You don't think the commissioner stepped in and said, yeah, I'm not allowing this. You're going to find somebody else. There has to be someone else in the world who can coach this team that isn't Ime Udoka. And of course, that would be true. You have to believe the commissioner stepped in. And you know what it reminds me of? It actually reminds me of the Dolphins and Sean Payton. It does. Because the Dolphins fired Brian Flores. And we've seen the paper trail at this point. All signs were pointing to Sean Payton and Tom Brady coming to the Dolphins. By the way, how happy are we about that now? You see Tua, you know he's awesome. You know if he's got good people around him, that he could be awesome. And Tom Brady, look, Brady may be awesome too if he was with this Dolphins team, but 45. You'd rather Tua. You'd rather another 10 years of Tua. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. But it reminds me of the Dolphins and Peyton and Brady. Because they fired Flores, and it seemed like everything was lined up for Peyton to be the coach, Brady to be the quarterback, and then Flores files the lawsuit. And Flores files the lawsuit, $100,000 to lose games, Rooney Rule stuff, black coaches not getting a fair shot, and then you see the scenario, and it's Flores, winning record with the Dolphins, 2 straight winning seasons. They're a disaster of a team, and they've concocted this entire plan to fire him and bring in Sean Payton. Doesn't look good. While he's alleging that black coaches don't get a fair shot, which they don't. Everyone knows that. Don't be naive. Black coaches do not get. Now, not everything's racism, but black coaches do not get a fair shake. They don't. Not all the time. I shouldn't say that in such a generality. But, a lot of times they do not get a fair shake. And it seemed like everything was lined up for the Dolphins to get Peyton and then, of course, Brady. If the Flores lawsuit did not happen, I think Sean Payton would be the coach. But that happened, and they had to squash that whole plan. And I think it's very similar to what happened with Udoka. I think they wanted Udoka. I think it's quite possible that right before the season started, they did a little research there. They found out. Now, I believe Udoka, sorry, I take a sip of my coffee. I believe Udoka is a CAA client. So you go through the agents, you go through the back channels there, and you find out, okay, the Celtics, part of the agreement that the Celtics have with Udoka with the suspension is that if another team comes around, he could take the job and the Celtics wouldn't be asking for compensation. And I think the Nets knew that. And it was kind of a deal where, all right, let's see how the season starts. We're a dumpster fire of a franchise, but let's see how the season starts. And if it doesn't go well, we're going to circle back. And then you had all the Kyrie stuff go down, and the commissioner had to step and go, are you effing crazy? I'm not letting you do it. You can't hire him. Can't do it. Clean up your house first. And their house is messy. So it reminds me, the Udoka Nets situation reminds me of the Dolphins and Sean Payton. The Lakers lost last night to the Clippers. They're 2-9. They have the worst record in the NBA. LeBron got hurt too. He's going to miss some time now. You think he's rushing back? Team's 2-9, worst record in the league. But I feel like, the team stinks, obviously. But with LeBron, Anthony Davis, even Westbrook, I feel like there's no excuse for the Lakers to be this bad. How could they possibly be this bad? And there's no light at the end of the tunnel, by the way, because the number 1 pick this year, Victor Wembanyama. If the Lakers win the draft lottery, pick goes to the Pelicans. Pelicans have the right this year to a pick swap with the Lakers. They don't outright have their pick. They have the rights to a pick swap. And I feel like if the Lakers get the number 1 pick, I think the Pelicans will want to swap and take that pick. I think. You don't know for sure, but I think they're probably going to want to do that. This could wind up being like the worst season in Laker history. Finish with the worst record ever, worst record in the league, and then get the number 1 pick. It's Wembanyama, and you have to give it to the Pelicans in the deal where you traded for street clothes. Could be one of the worst seasons ever for the Los Angeles Lakers.